If you found your way to this video, I have a feeling you're not here by accident. You felt it, that knot in your stomach, that quiet alarm ringing in the back of your mind. You've seen little shifts in her behavior, tiny cracks in her story, and now you're wondering if you're just overthinking, or if she's about to do the one thing that could change your relationship forever. I'm going to tell you this plainly. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which signs to watch for when a woman is standing at the edge of cheating, and you'll understand what those signs actually mean beneath the surface. My name is Serena Rose, and this is Relationship Truths. If you're not subscribed yet, do it now so the next truth you need finds you before you need it most. Now let's talk about the first sign, because this one is as old as relationships themselves. Unexplained unavailability. This isn't about her missing one call while she's in the shower or being tied up in a meeting. I'm talking about a pattern, those odd hours where she always seems to vanish. Her phone is mysteriously off. Messages go unread for hours, and when she finally reappears, she gives you an excuse that's so thin you could see straight through it. My battery died. I was busy. I didn't hear my phone. But somehow it's always at the same times. If you notice this, don't just shrug it off, because here's the truth. When someone wants to be reachable, they will be. It's not about being glued to a phone 24/7. It's about making sure the person they care about doesn't feel shut out. When she keeps disappearing without a believable reason, especially at the same suspicious windows of time, it's not an accident, it's a choice, and that choice is telling you something. The second sign, the new name you keep hearing. It starts small. She mentions a guy in passing. Maybe he helped her with something, maybe they shared a joke. And at first, you think nothing of it, but slowly his name comes up more often. He's in more of her stories. They ran into each other. They grabbed lunch. They have so much in common. And when you bring it up, she brushes it off, maybe even teases you for being insecure. But here's what I need you to remember. Cheating doesn't always start with a kiss. It often starts with loyalty fading. If she spends more time defending him than protecting your peace, that's not just friendship. That's a shift in emotional investment. You can't and shouldn't control who your partner talks to, but you have every right to expect that the relationship you share is a safe place. If she won't set boundaries around someone who's clearly becoming a problem, then that space between you is already being shared. The third sign is one that hits men right in the chest. The way she acts when she's with him. You call her and suddenly she's cold, distant, rushing you off the phone. I'll call you later. Or she ignores you entirely, then tells you later that he doesn't like when she takes calls while they're hanging out. Let's pause here. Why would a so-called friend be jealous of her answering the phone for her partner? Why would she even allow him to influence whether she can pick up your call? If your presence in her life vanishes every time he's around, you're not being treated like her partner. You're being treated like an inconvenience. The fourth sign is subtle but deeply telling. Intimacy through personal items. Suddenly she's wearing his hoodie because it was cold and he didn't mind. Or she's driving his car because he wanted her opinion. These aren't random gestures. They're tokens of closeness. People don't hand over their personal items casually. We keep them with people who matter to us. If she's walking around in his clothing or keeping his things in her space, that's not just convenience. That's a connection being quietly nurtured. Then comes the fifth sign, the refusal to sacrifice. Every relationship requires small sacrifices to protect the bond. It's not about control, it's about choosing each other. If you express discomfort about her closeness to another man and she refuses to create distance, worse, if she threatens to leave you for even bringing it up, she's showing you exactly where you rank. People protect what they value. If she won't protect the relationship from something that's hurting it, she's telling you that the excitement, the attention, or the ego boost she gets from him is worth more than your peace. And finally, the sixth sign, deception, the shifting timelines, the small inconsistencies in her stories, the details that never seem to match up the same way twice. Sometimes it's not even the words. It's the tone, the body language, the way she avoids your eyes or gets defensive over harmless questions. That constant feeling that you're missing one crucial piece of the puzzle, that's your intuition warning you. Truth stays consistent. Lies are always changing shape to survive. Now, I want to be very clear. If you're seeing one of these signs once or twice, it's not instant proof she's cheating. Life is messy and misunderstandings happen. But if you're seeing multiple signs over and over, that's not coincidence. That's a pattern, and patterns don't lie. So what should you do? You stop asking for what love should give freely. You lay out your standard calmly and clearly. I want a relationship where we can reach each other in a reasonable way, where we both keep healthy boundaries, and where our words match the truth. Then you watch. If she leans in and meets you there, you have something to work with. If she pulls away, makes excuses, or punishes you for speaking up, you already have your answer. I also want you to understand something most people never admit. Cheating isn't always about physical contact. It's about shifting your emotional energy away from your partner and giving it to someone else. It's building a secret world with inside jokes and private moments that exclude you. Most people don't just fall into cheating. They drift there step by step, breaking small promises to themselves along the way. It's just a text. It's only coffee. I just won't mention it to avoid drama. The drift is the warning. The secrecy is the proof. If this is hitting close to home, I want you to pause and really look at your reality. Comment 1 if these signs match what you've been seeing and you're ready to make a clear decision for your own peace. Comment 0 if none of this fits and your relationship feels strong. And if you haven't subscribed yet, do it now, because the truths I share here might save you from heartbreak you never saw coming. Here's the insight I want to leave you with. Boundaries are not about pushing love away. They're about making space for the right love to stay. When you stand by what you need to feel safe, you're not being demanding, you're being clear, and the right partner will meet you there, not make you pay for it. So here's the recap. A woman who is about to cheat will show it through consistent unavailability, defending another man more than she protects her relationship, avoiding your calls in his presence, holding on to his personal items, refusing to set a healthy boundary, and creating a fog of shifting stories. You don't have to chase her into that fog. You just have to decide that you won't live in it. I'm Serena Rose, and this is Relationship Truths. If this opened your eyes, subscribe now so you never miss what could save your heart. Comment 1 if you saw your story. Comment 0 if you didn't. Either way, remember this. Your peace is proof that you love yourself enough to walk toward the people who love you back.